to go over the current economic climate for small businesses and your funding options. Isn't that exciting? And I got my sources from the SBA and the Federal Reserve. Okay, I just was reading. I had a lot of time on my hand and I want to dump this information off onto you. And it's going to be a nice little chat, right? So I'm just going to get this out of the way so I don't have to keep repeating it. Okay, so welcome, beautiful people. Welcome. Thank you for all the love. I appreciate it. All right. So let's get started. So I will be reading because I got real stats and real data, and then we're just going to jump into the funding options. So as of May 2025, small businesses in the U.S. are navigating a complex economic landscape marked for sluggish growth policy uncertainty with our new administration, policy uncertainty, and persistent challenges in securing funding. All right, this is real. I'm out there. Current economic climate for small businesses. The U.S. economy is exhibiting signs of stagnation, with the Federal Reserve reporting that growth has either stalled or contracted in most regions. Trade tensions have introduced widespread uncertainty affecting various sectors from tourism to manufacturing. Additionally, consumer spending and business investments are being held back by policy uncertainties, including numerous tariff strategies changes in the recent months. Now, I'm going to go over a few funding challenges. We all know this, but sometimes you just need the real data to back it up. So you know that Miss Akila is just not on here just blowing smoke. Okay. And just a disclaimer, this is not financial advice. Again, I got this information from the SBA and the Trade Commission. Okay. So from the Federal Reserve Bank and the SBA. So accessing capital remains a significant hurdle for small business owners. Key challenges including high interest rates. As of early 2024, 53% of small business owners reported that they are unable and could not afford to apply for a loan because the money is too expensive due to elevated interest rates. Complex loan processes. This is where most of you are failing. All right. And this is why you keep bumping your head and you keep going from YouTube channel to YouTube channel. Traditional small business loans underwriting involves 25 to 30 steps. This is very true, with SBA loans taking 30 to 90 days to fund. The lengthy process can be a barrier for businesses needing quick access to funds. The last, but the very most important, reliance on personal resources. I know that's you. I know. I've been there. Okay? Due to challenges in securing external funding, because you cannot get business funding, you rely on your personal resources. Many small business owners, especially women, rely on personal debt and social networks, often risking significant personal assets. Who's done that? Say I. Definitely me. If you know my story, this was it. All right. Now, the impact on business operations. These economic and funding challenges have tangible effects on small business operations. Revenue declines. For the first time since 2021, more firms reported revenue decreases than increases over the prior 12 months. Why do we think that is? Customer retention issues. So we can't even keep customers in our business. A significant number of small business owners, 44%, report difficulties in finding or retaining customers, highlighting the broader economic pressures affecting consumer behavior. People are afraid. In the beginning, during this new administration, people were literally in my mentorship like, do you think I should apply for this house or apply for this loan for this home? I was getting so many calls. It's a good thing though, and I'm digressing a little bit, and I'm going to get into how to navigate forward and how to get into some simple funding resources. But it got to the point where my family, like I was on the phone with my family and it was like, hey, now all of a sudden they're ready to go through the financial literacy. So now I meet with them every week for an hour and I have a structured plan and they are getting results and I'm so excited. I'm glad that kicked them into fear. Okay, so it's some good things coming out, due to what we've been experiencing. But navigating the path forward. So here are some specific funding options, the same ones that I tell you about. I just want to make sure I don't miss anything. So number one, business credit cards, 0% interest credit, APR up to 20 months. Why does it work? Now this is data from the SBA and this is data, okay? Not just me, okay? So I want to back it up with facts, with data. All right, so why does it work? It gives business owners access to short-term working capital without interest rates, up to 20 months, of course. They said 18 months, but it's up to 20 months. So again, a lot of the times you're Googling this stuff and it's inaccurate. It was a lot of the stuff that I trashed out because it just was not true. Best for marketing, inventory, or unexpected expenses, okay? And number two, business lines of credit, of course. It works because you have access to funds and you only are billed or charged for the money you draw out, okay? And then it's a revolving line, which means you draw it and you pay it back. That means it revolves, so it's available to you again. And I have good sources for business lines of credit and 0% interest credit cards for every state. Every state. Okay, banks you never even heard of. All right, now warning. In my research, and the reason I'm going strictly off of research is because I needed to see what you see when you're asking for business funding. And guess what they said? But this is a warning. I'm saying this is not good. I know a lot of people that has gotten into trouble with this sort of funding. So warning, okay? Proceed with caution, okay? Revenue-based financing, MCAs, merchant cash advances. Why it works? They say it works because it repays based on your revenue, not fixed monthly payments. Excuse me? So it's not monthly fixed payments. It's weekly, daily payments. It's daily or weekly payments, which is quite dangerous at high interest rates. Ideal for online businesses. Look, they want to put us out of business or retail with consistent sales. I had an Airbnb business. They gave me money the next day. Things that are too easy, you don't want it. Note, often requires 10K plus month in revenue. So take notes for your notes. So if you see anyone advertising revenue-based financing, MCAs. Now, I don't talk about these a lot, only in my mentorship, but this is a great source. Microloans and CDFIs, okay? Why it works. Community Development Financial Institutions, which are CDFIs, are more lenient, so you can have a lower credit score with credit and collateral, okay? It's even good for startups. So with CDFIs, you can go out and get a loan and just have a nice solid business plan that have future income projections up to the next 2 years and make it solid and make sure that you're providing jobs and you can demonstrate that for the community. You will get approved. Now Google CDFIs or type chat to book your free funding readiness call with my team and let's get it. Okay, so they said that it's great for startups, women, minorities, or low-income owned businesses. Yes. And microloans, all right? You can even get micro lending through the SBA. But again, the SBA and a lot of lending institutions that's going to give you business funding, you need help You're hitting a wall because, like it mentioned, it is very true. It's 25 to 30 steps to even get funded. So type chat. Let's have a talk. Here go another disguised word for MCA. And they said that this was good to go. So a lot of the times when we go out into the internet, we just trust this information blindly, or we trust whomever. Guys, I'm on a water fast, so I'm 7 days, crazy. So we just take whatever they're saying as true. And we just go at it. A 60-second reel? Hey, go do this. Here go 3 banks. They give you $50,000, no documentation. You know, Truist, PNC, KeyBank, and they all report to 3 different credit bureaus. You know, you lit. Then you lit and you bumping your head. Okay, I'm a little parched. All right, equipment and invoice financing, MCA. They said that it's good because you can buy new equipment or cash for unpaid invoices. Then they list the companies, Credibly, Fundbox, MCAs, okay? Again, you need to be generating 10 plus K a month. But let me explain something to you. I've never met anyone that was successful in using that money. No one. You're billed daily. They're taking it directly out of your checking account, or weekly. Think about this for a minute. If you go and you get $20,000 and they're telling you, oh, it's 5% interest per week, or it's 8, really I see like 8.99. It's 8.9 because I have partnerships with them just so I could stay abreast of their products. I was checking on there not too long ago, and they would be like 8.99% weekly. So 9 times 4, that's 30% interest rate on $20,000. Okay? You are really just digging yourself in the hole. And I don't want to go on a tangent. Proceed with caution. Do the math. Grants. Yes, free money. Fortunately, I do not do grants, but I like that they added a lot of sources. I'm just going to provide the 2 sources that I have provided my mentees. Has anyone ever been successful in getting approved for a grant? I've been doing this over 6 years. No. Okay? So you can go to grants.gov. Now, Hello Alice, I've heard through other people that they were successful at Hello Alice. Okay? So it's state and local development agencies. So if you can combine grants with business funding from traditional lenders, oh my God, you're winning. So smart strategies here go the fun part. Here's some strategies to boost your fundability. Of course, separate your personal from your business, fully build out your LLC for funding, okay? So you actually file your business with the Secretary of State and obtain an EIN. Open a business checking account, add trade lines, all of that good stuff. Make sure all your business records match. Make sure you have a web presence, that your name, phone number, email, website, all that stuff match, and it is professional. Number 2, it says to build and establish business credit. Yes, this is the part that we are missing. Okay, so yes, you will PG the funding, but they pull your business credit lines first, your business credit first. So you want to build that out fully. Duns & Bradstreet, Business Experian, Business Equifax. Okay, and also just add NAV Boost. I'll give you some trade lines because you need 5 to 8 trade lines on Duns & Bradstreet and a minimum of 3 on Business Equifax and Business Experian. Because if you just have less than that on Business Experian and Business Equifax, they will rate you as an F. So if they're pulling your credit report and that is an F, Hence, an SBA lending product like a micro loan or SBA Express or SBA 7A loan or SBA 504 for development, they are going to consider that business score. So just go ahead and just do the foundational work now. It's not hard. Here's several trade lines. I always do it by memory, but it's several trade lines that will generate Dun & Bradstreet, Business Equifax, and Business Experian. You want to get Uline, Granger, BP gas cards, Shell gas cards. You want to go with Bill Divvy. You want to go with Capital on Tap. You want to go with CEO Creative, Shirtsy. I think that's it. Okay. Number 3, my favorite. Now they had this in the research and it was pretty cool. So I said, use the Navy Federal Pledge Loan Play. And this is what they say. Because we always say it. It's very simple. Build personal credit by creating your own positive installment line history. A lot of us, when we're starting out building our personal credit profile, if we have a thin profile, meaning not a lot of trade lines on there, we can't even go to a bank and get a loan. So getting a pledge loan will actually implement an installment loan. And underwriting 101, they look to your account to see what you have on there if you're going for a loan. And we need you to have at least 50% of what you're asking for. So the installment loan can help you in future funding purchases. So if you get a $5,000 installment loan, which guys, this is not insane, because with the pledge loan, you can use that same money to create the line, pay down the line, and receive your money back within a 4-day period. So you're getting this money back as you pay the loan down. The money is dispersed back to you, which is quite powerful. Most secure is a secure loan. Most secure products will hold on to your money through the entirety of the loan. For your notes, pro tip, if you go out and get a pledge loan, make sure you extend it for a 24-month term. Okay, that's key. It helps qualify for high credit card limits. That's true. And business lines in the future. Number 4, this is huge. Like, I literally teach this and and give templates like it's no thing. ChatGTP and AI is your friend. Okay. So they're saying tools like ChatGTP, Jasper, and Notion can help you quickly generate pitch decks, grant essays, and business plans. Very true. People have gotten funded for CDFIs and micro loans, just straight up putting in their information in ChatGTP and asking it to generate a CDFI friendly business plan for this industry. And then you can ask ChatGTP, ask me all the questions I need to answer in order to have that you need. What data do you need from me to create a powerful CDFI business plan for XYZ industry? All right, that's it. Tools to speed up this process would be for you to type chat, book your free funding readiness call, and let's go. Do we have any questions? I'll stay here for a second, answer any questions for you. Do you have any questions? I'm always happy to help. Man, if I sit up on a live, I'm asking a question. So you got any questions in pertaining to your business funding? Are you confused by anything? Have you been denied recently? Do not know your next best move? Any questions on any of the information I have provided here today? I'm going to give you a moment to get your Twitter fingers ready. But it's very interesting to just take action, blind action. It's very discouraging. If you keep trying to do something and you keep losing, eventually you just give up and you just think that it's not for you. I promise you, business credit and funding is for you. Okay, I'm glad I waited. Have you seen a decline in approvals for new trucking businesses? Trucking businesses, babe, is an industry that is going to be an automatic no. The bankers and the relationships that I have, the only way you're being approved for in a trucking or a logistics company or anything that has to do with driving is if you get approved for like a micro loan, and they're going to really, really underwrite you. And just a traditional lending bank will ask for, they need you to be in business at least 5 years, and they're going to ask for 2 to 3 years of tax returns, P&Ls, bank statements. You're going to be fully underwritten. Okay, they're going to ask for all your expenses, debt validations, not validation, they call it debt schedule, right? What you're paying out every month is very, very extensive when it comes to trucking. Like, you need to be solid. The top 2 industries that is a flat out no is trucking and real estate. Oh, and number 3, car rentals. Turo, car rentals. Really, that's logistics. Anything that have you doing with anything, with anyone being behind the wheel of a car, logistics. Dropping off equipment, logistics. You will be denied flat out. That's an excellent question. You're more than welcome. But you can always type chat. Doesn't mean we can't get you any funding. So type chat and we could make it happen for you. Okay? So it's really up to you. So it's all about information and knowing what would be your next best move in order to set yourself up so that you are business fundable, that you are funding ready. Do you recommend me trying for a CDFI? Okay. With that process right there, you could try a CDFI, but you need to be ready. CDFIs are going to ask for financials as well. That's not a no documentation situation. So if you're in the trucking industry and you have your documentation in order and you're just dead set on asking for funding in that industry, yes, you need to have your documentation ready. Excellent question. If I want to apply for a business card, should I wait for contracts? I don't know what you mean by that. Should you wait for contracts? If I want to apply for a business card, should I wait for contracts? So I don't know exactly what you mean, but what I do know is when applying for business credit cards, that's typically no documentation. You just need to be credible as a business, build your business credit profiles out, make sure that your personal credit profile is optimized, and make sure that you're able to PG for the credit card funding. And typically that's a no documentation. You just need to have at least a 680 credit score plus and nothing derogatory on your personal credit profile. You said you did? What did you do? Okay. All right. So this has been a very great conversation. Hopefully this was information you guys could use. I'm always happy to help. Type chat, or you can even text me directly at 404-448-2040. Again, that's 404-448-2040. We're available Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. So any and everyone that's coming up under the sound of my voice, type the word chat, check your DMs, book your free funding readiness call. Always happy to help. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. Be amazing. Be great. Let's get funded.